Renee's a tiny evil queen who ruins all of her friends, casting spells of melodrama from the scepter of her cigarette. She swings around like a lantern filled with the flames of hell. Me, I'd rather stumble around in the dark than catch the heat that she expels. 'Cause the first time I got burnt, I was playing piano in a band. Renee dumped beer on my girlfriend and dug a hot lighter into her hand. And lightning twisted through my veins as I vaulted off stage. My muscular piano hands gripped her neck at their full strength. But her minions crashed their bottles and ripped the hair out of my head. Now this carpet bears the scar where all that beer and blood was spent. Like warring countries forced to share the same slice of sacred land, Renee always stuck around, sucking on somebody in my van. Well, her blowjobs might be mystic, but I'm not fooled by her flesh. She wears Salvation Army clothing, but her daddy pays her rent. And when her mistakes dig her own grave and fill it up with cement, her daddy still digs her out and she thinks that she's outsmarted death. And marriage seemed like some cruel prank when my best friend knocked her up. I drove over to her apartment to see how that baby was. She was writhing in her high chair like some gruesome cartoon. Renee was whipping frozen hot dogs at her from across the room. So I licked her with my expletives and I tore that child free. Renee proclaimed she was the ruler here and that she'd sick her hounds on me. So I barreled down the highway with a baby on my lap. I didn't know what to do, I didn't want to bring this burden back to her deadbeat dad. So hidden in the woods, the child lived with me on my farm. And my girlfriend beamed like pure white milk as she played the matriarch. Well, I brought the child back to her dad, but I moved in with them too. I cooked and cleaned, did all the things that a real mom should do. 'Cause Renee was lost in a hurricane of junkie friends and drugs on loan. She barely cared that I was there raising her daughter like my own. Then one day I felt like tap dancing when I got some good news over the phone. It was an old friend of mine who used to sell me drugs once long ago. He's still the clever cowboy who lines his boots with dollar bills. A charming pharmacist who liberates prescription pills. He prescribed Renee a fate she earned through years of flagrant malice. Now the queen's become a servant in the bowels of Satan's palace. Well, the babe's becoming a teenager, and she's growing a wandering mind. She's got the feeling that I've got something to do with her mother's demise. But I keep the truth locked in a tomb, far hidden from the light. The only thing that bothers me these days is that she has her mother's eyes. Thank you. Come back next Monday. It's just gonna get better and better every week. Thank you.